But yeah, I think it's a lot better than the Strider. Like, I know it's one up on the damage. I know it is, but at the end of the day, it's the fire rate that is important when it comes to the speakeasy, and that's why it kind of gives it a little bit. That yeah, the range is shit as well, but if the range is that much of an issue to you, put on advanced rifling. You know that is an option. Um, maybe if you don't think quick draw is that useful for you, and you want to make sure the range is, two up on range, then you could put the advanced rifling on. It's completely up to you. Um, but this is kind of the class that I recommend for domination, or even kill confirmed, but or hard point as well. This is great for hard point. This class. Um, and if you don't want like bombing run, for example, you can throw on like a frag or something. Take away that, you can put on another frag. That's more of like a hard point class, I would say, because you've got the blind eye, the flak jacket to keep you safe from those frags. Um, you've got your AV to help you out as well to see people. Um, yeah, that's pretty much of a decent class for hard point. I think we're done with the. Oh, there we go. Right. Now we're going to move on to Sat 3. Okay, so as you can see, I've picked the Royalty. I've got quite a lot of Sat 3 variants, as you can see here. But I mean, it really does depend what variants you've got. I've got the Royalty Sat 3, which is quite lucky. It's not the Akimbo, so it's a little bit easier to get those kills than running around with the Akimbos. As you can see, the damage is bad on the pain and suffering. And basically the royalty is the isolated. It's the same stats. It's just the royalty version of it. Uh, and it's 3 up on damage, which is pretty good, and it'll help you out a little bit if you come across players that are using OP guns. So I've got advanced rifling on there. Now what you could do is you could put extended mags on it, or but at the end of the day, I wouldn't recommend rapid fire just because look at that, like the accuracy goes down by 2. Now, a lot of people say that the SAT 3's accuracy is not important when it comes to SAT 3's because you just spray and pray. That is right in a way. You don't really need to worry about accuracy when it comes to that gun. But I would still just put on the advanced rifling just so because it is a short range gun as it is. So the advanced rifling helps you out a little bit. Um, and you get the red dot sight with it as well. If you don't really like the red dot sight, I mean, sadly, it comes with it. You can't take it off. Um, what you could do instead, if you wanted to use something else, that comes with red dot sight as well. You could use the fire and brimstone. I did use that a few times when I was doing the road to royalty for the SAT 3's. I did use the fire and brimstone a few times. The damage is still good, decent on it. 2 up on damage and 2 down on fire rate. Yeah, the fire rate's a bit of a disappointment, but at the end of the day, it's the damage that I'm kind of looking for because I have a lot of issues with the hit markers, which you probably do as well. So yeah, I'd recommend the fire and brimstone if you don't like red dot sights. And what we're going to do here is this is a perfect kill confirmed TDM class, okay? Not so much the assault drone on TDM, but this is great for kill confirmed. Overcloak, I've got the usual perks as you can see, but I haven't got, blind eye or flat jacket. This is perfect TDM, or, this isn't great for hardpoint or, anything else other than that. But just make sure, as I've already said in my previous videos, make sure you put the assault drone on out control, and I put rockets on there as well. Support for the sentry and sentry as well, options that you don't have to control it. UAV, make sure you got support on that. Threat detection, enemy detection. And that's pretty much for that class. If you, like I said, if you don't like the red dot sight, you can always change it up to fire and brimstone. That's a decent variant as well. It's not, it's not like an elite variant, I don't think, but it's still decent stats on it. It's professional, and I think it's got better stats than like these other choices. That's got a red dot sight. That one hasn't got great stats. Like there's not much of an improvement. That's pretty bad, I think. Pretty bad. Um, so yeah, I would recommend either the Royalty or the Fire and Brimstone, definitely. Right, moving on. We got the AMR9 Royalty. Now, I don't like this gun. I just don't. I don't know why I don't like this gun, to be honest. I think it's just there's certain guns that I hate, and this is one of them. It's kind of like the MK14. Like I hate that gun as well. Um, but this has got 10 damage as it's 2 up. Basically it's just the pro pipe version. And it comes with a grenade launcher. So it's good if you want to do like the the camos. Uh, because you will have to do some dogfights. You will have to get those headshots, double kills. So the best thing to do if you're doing camos is to go into hardcore, if you can find a game in hardcore, and throw out the grenade launcher. Jump up and down with that grenade launcher. You'll get a few people, you know. That's how I did it. Um, and like I said on my last video, it depends on your connection whether or not you find games in certain game modes. It's all about your connection. Some people find it easy to find games in hardcore, whereas some people that have got strict or moderate NAT type find it hard. It all depends on your connection. And this is a great TDM kill confirm class. Pretty. Now that's terrible. I do not recommend using the dynamo. I really don't. Like, look at the stats on that. I just think that's terrible. That's my opinion. Uh, Not so great. Terrible. Not so great. Not so great. Not so great. Not so great. Basically, the only decent variance is the pro pipe. Basically, that's the only decent elite for the AMR9. And if you got the Royalty, you can throw that out. I mean, really, the only reason really to use Royalty variants is if you want to show off the camo. But then, you know, I mean, I could just throw on that. It won't be purple anymore, you know, so it kind of people won't even know that I'm using that. But I don't know, I just don't like this gun. I just don't like how the movement of it. I just don't like how it shoots. I mean, bearing in mind that in multiplayer online in MP you're going to have more hit markers, so it's not going to be like that in the in the firing range. It's not going to be like that where you kill people with 3 bullets unless you're playing hardcore. In core you're just going to people are going to be sponging it and they turn around and like two-shot you with like the speakeasy, for example. So that's why I'm not keen on that gun. Pytech. Now this is the kind of class that I would use if I was doing the Pytech camos, which I have actually been doing, as you can see. I haven't got that far to go. Well, I've still got to do quite a lot of long shots, like 19 long shots, um, and 5 more hip fires. But yeah, I've come a long way from when I started, and then I'll get it diamond eventually. I'm hoping. I do. I mean, I still want to try and get it diamond. Um, But as you can see, this type of class that I would have, like, as you can see, I've got like quite a lot of Pytex. I think I've got every variant, or maybe I'm missing one, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, so the Royalty of the Pytech is basically exploit. Um, the reason I don't like the loophole is because of that zero handling, and that really doesn't look very good. Zero handling. Um, yes, that's why I've gone for the Royalty, where it's 3 up on range, so it really helps your accuracy, particularly if you want to get the long shots like me. Um, but what I've got here is UAV and aerial assault drone, just because it's easy streaks to get. If you don't want the aerial assault drone, you can use like care package or remote turret. At least remote turret you can actually put it on a support, so it's kind of a safe thing to have. Um, and I've obviously got the overcloak because I hate moving slowly. Some people don't mind sitting back and camping with like heavy guns, whereas I'm kind of struggling with the long shots because I can't camp. So I need like the overcloak and I need the lightweight so I can still move around. Low profile peripherals, toughness and blast suppressor. That's an average class to use. If you want a domination class, what you could do is take away the low profile, um, and then maybe even, I don't know, you can't really take that away. And maybe throw on system hack. It's hard choice actually. It's hard choice what to do if I was gonna. But the thing is, I kind of avoid playing domination and certain game modes when I'm trying to do camos, just because I don't want to feel like I'm not doing the objective. When I'm trying to get long shots, for example, you've got to sit back and kind of wait for people to come into your direction. You can't be like running and going to get flags. So that's why I kind of stick to kill confirmed to TDM. So that's why I picked this class, just because this setup here, because it's perfect for what I would need to do to get these camos that I need. Right, moving on. We've got the Amelia Royalty. Now, I only just recently got this. Um, I don't use the Amelia that much, as you can see here. I only got like 40 kills with it, or 47 kills with it. I'm not really sure. Um, but yeah, I've done barely no camos for it at all. It comes with the advanced rifling, this variant, and it's much better than the whale horn. That's terrible. So yeah, it's that variant. I can't actually pronounce that. I actually can't. Chishineri. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, so it's definitely better than the whale horn because that's terrible stats. Like two down on damage, one down on accuracy, but it's two up on handling. But to be honest, it's not really handling I don't really care about. I care about the damage and the accuracy and maybe the fire rate. Like that's the main things I care about. So with the royalty, it's two up on fire rate, and I think that's perfect. You know, that's perfect. Good improvement. There's full grip, obviously, so the full grip is two up, so it's 10. It makes the accuracy 10. Um, Now, if you don't like this sight, like, I mean, to be honest, I think that's a decent site. You know, like you got to bear in mind that if you do, let's just put this on just for an example. That is a bit weird. Who else agrees with me that that's pretty weird? I don't know. I think that's weird. So yeah, I take that off and just put on full grip. Quick draw as well, but sadly I haven't unlocked it. Quick draw, I think, is a must just because it's slow aiming. So you can lift up your aim quicker. As you see here, this is more of a kill confirmed, maybe domination class. Got some streaks going on. I've got the same overcloak, lightweight, usual perk setup. But yeah, I'd highly suggest going for that instead of the whale horn. That's just horrible stats. If you haven't got that variant or the royalty version, then I feel sorry for you. Otherwise, if you haven't got them, what I would highly recommend is using the subverter. That's a decent, you know, two up in damage. Sorry, but you're not going wrong with that. That's actually, that might even be better than that, maybe. If you're finding it hard with the hit markers, then the subverter actually might be better for you. Let's just say we wanted to use that instead, so we could throw that on. The stats are much better actually. It's 12 damage instead of that. But it does come with advanced rifling, so the range is better as well. It's completely up to you, whatever suits you, really. Oh, clicked off of it. Now, right, what we're going to do now is we are going to. I'm trying to think what else I need to show you that I haven't already. I've decided that I'm not really going to show you a sniper class because I don't really use snipers, not unless it's overkill. So that would be kind of a little bit pointless. It's kind of like what I showed you with my ranked classes in my part 1, where I showed you my ranked classes, and I always have the sniper as a secondary. So yeah, there's no point of me showing you that. But yeah, as I've already said, I like to use the Moors, and you know I have got the variants for them. Like I've already said, I don't really like to use variants, so most of the time I'll just have the normal one. Um, But if I had to choose between either the silver bullet or the doctor, I think it would have to be the silver bullet. Just because if you're playing online, like if you're not playing in a private match, I'd go with the silver bullet, just because you don't get the hit markers. But if you're doing a private match, 1v1, normally when I do a 1v1 or a private match with friends, the um, the damage, the normal damage that people would take we would turn it down, so then there would be no hit markers. So the Doctor's more useful just because the fire rate goes up by 2, and you won't get hit markers anyway, so you don't have to worry about the damage or the accuracy. Well, the accuracy, yeah, but you know, if you're decent at sniping, the accuracy is not really an issue. Um, what else? Shotguns. I don't really use shotguns that much, to be honest. I've only just recently got that, the Musketeer. So I haven't really made classes, to be honest. I only used shotguns when I was doing the camos for them, and I was doing the royalty for it. Um, but I'm just going to quickly just show you which variants I prefer. The Whirlwind's got fire rates up 2. Right, is there one that's the range is increased? These are all pretty bad variants. I would probably just stick with the Whirlwind most likely, or the Vengeance. Probably the Whirlwind. For the TAC 19, I would probably go with the Sledgehammer, or I would go with the Roundhouse. It would have to be out of those two. The Roundhouse is 1 up on range, which is what's more important when it comes to shotguns. A Sledgehammer's 2 up on accuracy, but with accuracy, it's not very important with shotguns, I don't think. So I would have to probably go with Roundhouse. S12, I've already said that one. Bulldog. I think I've got quite a lot of. Right. Oh, the face hammer is actually quite good because it's full damage. It's got the full damage that you need. Um, but the range is 4. Um, none of these give a boost in range at all. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to go with the face hammer. I think I don't think there's anything that really is. I mean, the Berserker has basically got the same stats, but well, no, it hasn't. It doesn't go up in accuracy, but it does go up in handling, just like the face hammer. I would still go with the face hammer. I just would. Um, I think, like I already said, like I've decided that I'm only going to show you the Pytech just because that's the only one that I'm using at the moment as an active class to do these camos, and the Amelie I did start doing that as well, but these other guns are pretty terrible, I personally think. If you've ever used the XMGs, it's kind of hard to stay positive in a game with the XMGs, not unless you're lucky and you find a noob lobby. Um, it's kind of like one of those guns where, yeah, I'll just use it because I don't mind dying, or maybe maybe you're a noob yourself and you don't mind dying, so you're just like having a little bit of fun. Um, the EM1 actually is not too much of a bad gun, but it's just. Oh, I still get quite a lot of hit markers with it, even if I'm using the Pawner, for example, which is is that 16 damage, which isn't too bad, but it's directed energy, which I don't really like. I don't really like these directed energy guns. I prefer just bullet guns. Um, and there's no point me showing you this because obviously I can't anyway because I haven't got it downloaded. I did have the DLC, but I got rid of all of the DLC, literally everything, because I couldn't find any games. Specials. I will show you which one of the M1 irons I prefer. Um, Sundown. It's gonna have to be Sundown because I have actually made classes before with the M1 irons, and it would have to be the Sundown because the range goes up 2, which is what I'm really looking for. And if you look at these other ones, the range goes down 2. Yeah, that goes up 1, but I don't like the damage being taken away. Damage goes down by 1. So yeah, I'm still gonna have to say Sundown. These other ones, not much improvements, or actually is worse than the original. Like, what's the point in that, for example? Like, 1 down on damage and nothing else. I think that's pretty pointless. Um, yeah, Sundown. I find it hard to like get kills with the pistol. I don't know why. I don't really use shields. DL1, like I don't really use those either. Like, I don't normally, use launchers or anything. So I'm not going to show you like making classes with them just because I don't really use them. These are classes that I would use if I was doing camos or I was, playing S&D or whatever I was doing. The one thing I haven't showed you actually properly yet is the hole puncher class. And I was supposed to show it in my previous video, but something happened and I couldn't fit it in, or it got taken out of the video for some reason. So I'm gonna quickly go over that. So I would use the hole puncher over the steel bite just because the hole puncher is basically exactly the same stats, but the accuracy is not taken down. So, and also there's, people say that the hole puncher is a little bit more OP and just melts people a little bit easier than the steel bite. Um, Now, as you can see here, I haven't got the silencer. I've got full grip and I've got quick draw. I don't think silence is very useful. Um, no, I just don't. Like, I just don't think it's very useful. The damage also, it affects the damage when you use a silencer. Okay. Not unless your connection's decent, then it might not affect you. But with me, if I used a silencer, it definitely would give me a lot more hit markers, and that could affect me a little bit. Now, if you're doing camos, now what you could do instead of that is put that on and maybe just throw red dot sight on because it makes you a little bit more accurate. So that's better if you're doing camos. If you're not doing camos and you think you're accurate already, then quick draw might not be too bad. For this, this is kind of like a domination class slash kill confirm class, and it could also be good for um, hard point if you maybe took away the low profile and put on the flat jacket. But this is perfect for kill confirmed. Got the assault drone, got it on the out control, UAV, system hack, and I've got the blind eye as well, undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones, and all school streaks. That's yeah, decent class. I don't really use the ARX that much. But when I was doing the camos, I think I was either using the hole puncher or I was using the steel bite. They're both decent guns. I'm not saying the steel bite's bad or anything. It's just a lot of people that use the ARX, they use the hole puncher just because there's a little bit. It kind of is like a two shot kill basically. Um, I think that's about it. I've kind of showed you all my classes. I've gone through my like S&D classes, my ranked classes. And yeah, I think that's about it. Guys, we have reached the end of my class setup series, and it's come to an end. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you want to see next, whether you want to see more commentary like this with longer videos, or if you prefer to see shorter videos with maybe music over the top, and just mainly gameplay. I just want to see your feedback. But I hope you liked it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Royaltacticsfps channel. I do weekly videos on Call of Duty mainly, but I sometimes do other games. I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.